Makeup brushes. There are so many options and you don't even know which one to use for anything. As a person who's been doing makeup for over a decade and has used hundreds of brushes, in today's video I'm going to recommend 10 affordable makeup brushes for beginners. So let's start with face. First things first, foundation brushes. If you are a makeup beginner, you might be confused which one to use since there are so many different types of foundation brushes. And we can divide the foundation brushes into two big categories. The first one is a dense buffing brush, and the second one is a flat brush. The buffing brush is easy to use. If you are a beginner at makeup, you're more likely to see your foundation or concealer becoming straggly. But a buffing brush allows you to apply a foundation all over your face evenly by swirling it. It is appropriate to use a foundation with medium or high coverage rather than with a light coverage with a glow finish, since it soaks all the moist and glow from the foundation by blending all over your face. So if you're a person who loves using a high coverage foundation, you will find this buffing brush suits you better for your liking. Also, it is good to cover your pores as dense bristles push the product into your pores. So if the biggest concern of your makeup is covering your pores, this might be a good option. For the buffing brush, I would recommend this Real Techniques Expert brush. It is affordable and does its job. It has the right density as well as flexibility to not only apply a foundation but also cover large pores. If your brush is too soft and does not have the right density, it will leave edges on your face. I personally like Real Techniques brushes as it is good quality, and once you get their products, the quality will last forever unless you don't clean them for a long period of time. Speaking of a flat brush, I personally find that a flat brush is relatively hard to use compared to a dense buffing brush because it requires a lot of effort to maintain its quality and shape. If you do not wash it regularly, it might split, and one we turn to is original quality. I actually tried to find a flat foundation brush that are affordable, but found that it is so hard to find. Otherwise, you might have to pay like $50 for a brush, which is very expensive for beginners. So what I'd like to suggest is an art brush. If you go to any art stores, you will easily find one for acrylic or oil painting. And even if you go to makeup shops in South Korea, many of makeup artists use art brushes. When I attended a makeup academy, my tutor, who does makeup for celebrities, recommended for us to buy makeup brushes at an art store. For a flat brush in South Korea, Hawhong is the best, not only as an art brush, but also a makeup brush. This brush is very flat and the density and flexibility is adequate to apply a liquid or cream product. If you're not in South Korea, you might find it hard to get these brushes, but I would highly recommend you to visit any local art shops nearby and try to find similar brushes, and you could find good ones for sure. When it comes to finding the right concealer brush, I found it is the same as choosing the right foundation brush. You will choose between buffing brush and flat brush. As I already mentioned, a buffing brush is easy to use and blend with. The product I recommend is this angle concealer brush from Fillimili. You might be not familiar with this brand because it's a Korean brand and they're famous for making affordable and good quality of makeup brushes. As this is an angle shape, it is good to target the areas where normal brushes and your hands cannot reach. Especially this type of small buffing brush is good to cover large pores on your nose and the area around your nose. For a flat concealer brush, I personally don't prefer a stiff brush. Normally we apply concealer around our eye areas, and if the brush is too stiff, I found it is sometimes like itchy or cause irritations, and it does not blend really well if the brush is too plastic feeling. So flexibility matters when it comes to a flat concealer brush. I found that this Sigma F70 concealer brush is suitable for applying a concealer or even corrector around my eye areas. Sometimes if you have hyperpigmentation or spot you want to cover with concealer, the tension of this brush will allow you to target the areas you want. When it comes to a powder brush, I personally think that investing in powder brush is not really necessary for makeup beginners. If you would like to go for a big powder brush, this Real Techniques powder brush is really great as its softness is suitable for applying a powder on your face evenly. If you'd like to go for a smaller one, Ecotools Soft powder brush would be a great option too. Next we have contour or bronzer brush. If you've been following my channel for a while, you might be familiar with this product, and it is Zoeva 127 Luxe Sheer Cheek Brush. I got this brush almost 5 years ago. It is just a great brush to contour your cheeks since it's an angle shape. You just need to swipe it under your cheekbone and connect it to your temples and outer face. For a blush brush, I think this is just the OG makeup brush, and you might see it everywhere on social media, which is this Real Techniques blush brush. I first got this brush 6 or 7 years ago, and I recently purchased another one since I lost mine. I personally like using a smaller brush to apply a blush, as it allows me to get more a detailed look. But if you are a beginner of makeup, you are more likely to find the one which is easier to use and straight to the point. And this is the one for that. For eyeshadow, I would recommend 5 brushes today. I found that this tapered shade brush is must-have if you want to get more detailed look. When you finish your eye makeup, sometimes the eyeshadow look does not seem connected with your eyebrow or your whole look. But if you take a contour powder or any soft natural brown eyeshadow and fill in the area between your eye and your eyebrow, it will look finished and much better. You could use a contour brush. I recommended previously, but as it is big and does not have pointy end, it would not target the exact area you want to contour. The brush I would recommend is Ecotools Artist Vegan Define Blender Brush. As the name says, it is good for blending as it has soft bristles and right density. I have the famous MAC 224 tapered brush, and if you compare it to Ecotools one, it is fatter and more pointy. Secondly, the basic eyeshadow I would recommend is this Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer Brush. I got this brush when I got the contour brush 5 years ago at the same time, and you could see how much it has been used. No matter how many new eyeshadow brushes I receive from the brands or anything I get myself, I always go back to this Zoeva eyeshadow brush. The size of the brush is just perfect for applying a base eyeshadow all over my lids. The bristles are soft and maintain its shape well for a long period of time. It is $14, and you might think that this is not that affordable, but thinking about the fact that I've been using this for over 5 years, and instead of getting $5 brush every year, I think it is totally worth to invest this money into one brush because you will use more than 5 years. Next we have e.l.f.'s Eye Crease Brush. The size of the brush is perfect for adding a depth on your eyes. You could take medium or deep brown eyeshadow with this brush and apply it along your upper lash lines to deepen your eyes. Moving on to the next, we have this e.l.f. Smudge eyeshadow brush. It is more like a wide, narrow shaped brush, which is good for applying an eyeshadow along your lash lines. Lastly, we have eyebrow or eyeliner brush. This is an angle flat brush from Ecotools. If you find drawing eyeliner hard, using a flat eyebrow brush will allow you to draw fake eyeliner using a deep brown eyeshadow. I found this brush has the right amount of tension and density to draw a stroke, not only on your eyes but also eyebrows. So this is all about makeup brushes, and I hope you find this video helpful to get more ideas about makeup brushes. To be honest, it was not enough to put all the information in one video talking about makeup brushes and techniques. So I would highly encourage you to watch this video about how to apply makeup and all the makeup techniques. Please let me know if you have any questions or any video requests, like should I make a separate video about eyeshadow brushes, face brushes, like that. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!